Greetings, Dr. Joseph Martin here. Baal Shem Tov, or the Besht, as he is best known, a man for our times and a man for all times. Now, we know that great mystical men like Baal Shem Tov and Jesus and Moses Maimonides, and many others have many fables and legends given to them over time by their followers. In Arabic, we call this insan al kamil, and that means that we create an archetypal, perfect, ideal man, ideal person out of somebody who was a lovely human being. And so this has been done to and for the Baal Shem Tov. I am not going to be looking at all the aspects of his physical life, his personal life, where he lived, where he moved to, what he taught necessarily. I'm going to go to the simple heart of who the Baal Shem Tov is and was and always will be. I'm not going into all the aspects of Torah and Hasidism. I'm simply looking at the man as the man, the Baal Shem Tov. So we know that he was born in 1698 or possibly 1700 in Poland and lived till 1760 and spent most of the rest of his remaining years in the Western Ukraine, which is an interesting part of the world today in the 21st century. He was orphaned as a young boy. When he was a teenager, he was given the job of guiding the young school kids to the shul. And when he became, in his early 20s, he became a very wise man and was recognized by other rabbis in and around him. He had a wisdom that he brought forth from his innermost heart. All his teachings were based on Isaac Luria, the first of the more modern great Kabbalists, the Ari as he's called, and you can watch the next video on him. And there was mostly what I want to portray about the real individual, the Baal Shem Tov. One, his emotional, deep, abiding emotional sensitivity and personal connection to God, to the Creator, to Spirit, to Source. That was with him his whole life and brought him ecstatic joy and great sense of innermost wisdom and purity, which he relayed to his students. And of course, they made merry and they danced and they had a lot of joy in their lives that came from the innermost part of their hearts. And secondly, the Baal Shem Tov had an innate, enduring, deep felt compassion for all ordinary people, all ordinary folk, Jews and non-Jews alike. So he often, and perhaps always, dressed as an ignorant peasant so that he would fit in with the people in the market, in the daily street, outside of the shul, and that he would be accepted and loved deeply by all these ordinary folk. And when asked why he did this, he said, I made the descent so that I could create the awakened spark inside these souls so that they also could make the ascent. This is based on a great teaching of Kabbalah, perhaps the central teaching of Kabbalah, for all peoples, for all times on human planet Earth, which is that there is a divine spark in every living being, human and non-human. And this divine spark yearns to be reunited with the one great light of Source and all that is. And that's the role of spiritual evolution for the divine human being, for everyone, of all times and cultures and religions. And so it was that the Baal Shem Tov brought this, and this truth abides with us today and will always be with us. So he's very much a man for our present and future times. Now, unlike other scholars in the Talmud, the Baal Shem Tov realized that all of the universe, all matter and all mind and all consciousness is always one with God. And this is the part of his Kabbalistic teaching that we want to bring back today. He realized that, in fact, everything in the universe, including the presence of evil, is perfect in relationship to God and humans and our relationships with each other and with the source, and that there is a place and a meaning, a purpose to be found for evil in the world to help us evolve more quickly, naturally, and easily back, uniting our one individual divine spark back with the one great light of all that is. These then are all the great teachings of the Baal Shem Tov, the Besht. The core, the simplicity, the naturalness, the great emotional, heartfelt sensitivity to God and to all other humans and all the universe and all our relations. This is what we can learn from about the Baal Shem Tov's life as exemplary, and what we can do to manifest this in our own consciousness, our own heart, our own mind, our own body, our own relationships, and also in the purity and the kindness and the goodness and the righteousness of our relationships with all that is. May the Baal Shem Tov be with you. All love and blessings to you. Om Namah Shivaya.